Welcome back to One Consciousness. This week, the message from the horses is concerning the energies that opened up from the full moon at the end of last week. It was a massive full moon in terms of the energies now that are opening up once again for us to move forwards into the new earth. The animals are all working so hard behind the scenes as this intensity rises and rises and rises, and as we took another step up from that full moon. There's just a couple of things that I wanted to mention before I go straight into the horse's message. The first of those is that they mention about the existential sweeping that has happened, and happened more in force probably from the energies from the full moon from last week. That refers to the purification and the purging that we're going through, both externally and internally, and also on a universal, infinite level, that our energies are being swept clean as we allow this purging to all take place. As we go through the upgrades, more and more of our energy is being cleansed and cleared and removed so that we can get back away from our egos now as we move through that, beyond it, and onto being on a soul level. The other message they mentioned, which I'm just going to talk about up front here, is that the horses are opening us up and back outward facing again, pointing us to the universe and our connections to universal galactic energies. They are helping us to open up our hearts and our minds to these universal galactic energies more and more and more as we go through. So you'll feel that happening, and you're outward facing as your mind, everything now starts to open up and see the possibilities as we connect in again to that oneness. So let's start with a message this week from one of my horses. And she talks here about the expansion of the brain, the existential sweeping of the previous 3D density and debris. It is all occurring now, she says, the lifting of the veil for the final time. Pluto in Capricorn, it's in the last degree. Everything is incredibly intense as the old is collapsing. And everything is becoming more vivid, the old, the new, the huge cavity between the two worlds. And with Pluto in Capricorn, it has trouble in its eye now. Portentous, she says, of what is to come. But there is excitement building, as she's showing me in the heavens, behind the scenes, even as much of Earth is on fire and blighted right now. The vibration and frequency, though, is lifting so quickly. It can feel very disorientating to those more sensitive, making it maybe impossible or very hard to ground. Or for those who prefer to center, it can make it very hard, almost impossible to center too. But that is what they're asking us to do. So to keep centered, to keep our feet on the ground, to immerse in and with and as nature, to breathe with nature. So we are now breathing the new earth. Not the old era of the physical materiality. That isn't showing that right now. But take those deep breaths in nature, where you might start to feel both light and also a heady sensation. Imagine yourself grounding into the Earth's surface, as though you're digging a dip or a small crater for yourself. And imagine your connection then, going from the Earth's surface and entering into the inner Earth. She's showing me stepping out of my physical body then and connecting to the oneness now in the ionosphere, way above the Earth's surface. So those connections both deep into inner Earth and also out further into the galaxy. She's also asking that we go out at night or when it's dark and look at the stars. Feel the connection to the constellations. And she's also asking us now to deepen our commitment to our daily sacred practices, which is so important now. Then she's taking us back into the oceans and showing us again that the groundwaters are swelling in the oceans. It's feeling as though something is bursting through from the base of the oceans around a certain area, which I'm not going to mention in this particular video, where the location of that actually is. But she's talked often about this swelling that's going on the seabed, under the seabed of the oceans. This, she's saying, will cause a chain reaction to ignite this effect out further. And she says they're linking up the vibrations in the base of the ocean with those vibrations here on land. And that they're all holding the space in their respective domains. And that's the whales and the dolphins and the sea lions and all the other animals, mammals in the sea, connecting with those on earth that are working with this energy. The connection links of one consciousness are very strong and nothing can disrupt them, she says. These connections are all linking up together within the Earth's surface, with under the seabed in the ocean, to a pinnacle in the galaxy. The vibrations are charged in a triangle, in a geometric shape. And this makes a further electric current, which then intensifies. When given expanded vortexes, or energy through this process, the mammals in the sea gain expanded vortexes. All the energy is then raised concurrently. Be careful in this energy as humans. This energy can feel like rage is rising to the surface. A Mars that we can equate with that energy, that anger rising, is maybe not quite as we have been depicting it currently. Mars is also very involved in the ascension process and the energy cycle that I have just explained that's happening across the Earth and through the Earth and up into the galaxy. And it is also linked up to the vortex in Chiron, with this vortex, where nothing has a beginning and nothing has an end. It's the journey to infinity. A great deal of energy is also being pushed out through our eyes. The soul operates through there as well as the heart. So the soul is in our hearts. And the universe connections from the soul to the universe fires out through our eyes to the harmonic chord, to the oneness. You can audibly feel this connection to the universe through your eyes. We are way more powerful than we believe. These eyes are two-way receptors in so many dimensions. There are infinite possibilities in how we converse with the universe. Sensing to see how we have been playing small when actually we are infinite beings, all of us, connected into the universe through every breath we take, every look we make, every moment of every day. And conversing at such a deep level with our animals as universal subjects makes it so clear how we as humanity have been playing so small in such a confined experience. They are opening us up and back outward facing again, pointing us to the universe and our connections to universal galactic energies. So much is happening through our eyes. So much, it's good to mention here, so much is in our films. It's being transmitted to us that we see through our eyes, that we think of as science fiction. But what if these are actually depicting our future reality? On Earth, in our earthly bodies, the animals are able to work effectively with the energies here. And as the energies of Earth are changing, she says, so too will our earthly bodies as we work with the new Earth energies.